welcome back to the Flight Deck podcast. We are without Nate again, so I'm going to start this thing off the rails because it's the off season already. We have nothing to talk about realistically.
Yeah,
There's
there's stuff to talk about, but it's not like
nothing that matters. Nothing
no.
big enough. I went to see Venom last night.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever watched any of the Venoms?
I've watched the first one like fully. The
Okay.
second one I've seen pieces, so I
Mm,
know what happens in that one.
okay.
And the third one I've seen the trailers for, but other
Third
than
one
that,
was great. I was shocked. I
wow,
thought it was going to be way worse.
that's surprising.
I liked the first one. The second one was kind of slow. It wasn't as good, but the third one honestly might be the best one.
It might be. I think so.
Yeah,
That's good to know.
yeah. Just wanted to go off the rails before we even
Yeah,
get things on the rails here.
yeah.
Good movie. Would recommend. Yeah,
And not a 10 out of 10 would recommend, but like a
not a 10 out of 10, but good movie.
like a 7 out of 10 would
Don't expect
recommend.
like the best piece of theater you're ever gonna see, but it's a good movie. Would recommend.
You're not getting gladiator levels of fucking.
No, no, no. Let's it's fucking Tom Hardy and a CGI Venom here. Like let's tone her down a notch. But good movie. Would recommend. The Blue Jays didn't do a ton this week. Enough
Just
news that we have multiple points on them, which is cool.
yeah.
Um, they're meeting or
Fuck
met
that.
with
Don't start with him. Don't start with that yet. Let's get this bullshit out of the
okay,
way.
all the
They
bullshit out
some
of the way.
they somehow won the team gold glove again.
Yeah, we're good at playing defense. That has not changed.
Yeah.
I don't think the team gold glove means anything. They're just like, let's just see how much fun it would be to give it to the Jays again.
Yeah.
So
But
that happened. Matt Haig, everyone's favorite
hitting
AAA hitting coach that became
yeah,
the
assistant hitting coach or something
I
this
don't know
year.
what he was this year for the Blue
But
Jays. He's gone. He's going to
he's
Pittsburgh to be their hitting coach.
yeah. So
I don't blame him.
if the Pirates decide to just be a good hitting team now, you know who to thank.
Yes.
So
And we can be pissed off because we got who was it?
it was David
Mary
Popkins.
Poppins.
Yeah, Mary Popkins.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool. Um t- I've seen a lot on this other point coming up here. Shai Davidi was on the fan talking about money for the Jays.
Hmm.
Um I'm kind of tired of people trying to talk about the Blue Jays and their salary implications and what they're going to spend and what they can't spend and what they with this and that and all that because nobody has a fucking clue what they're thinking realistically. Like maybe Shai Davidi has some insider knowledge, but nobody at the end of the day, none of us have a fucking clue. Everyone's looking at it like, well, they only have so much to spend. You have no clue what they're planning on doing. And honestly, I'm kind of tired of the narrative already.
Yeah, because it's just like it's the dude. We're not even like a month. We're like a couple weeks into the off season.
Mm-hmm.
We got how many more months of this shit
Mm-hmm. It's
until
just
it's
not a thing I want to get into already about this.
yeah. Like
Eh, so,
the one point here that scares me
mhm.
is that Shai said there's a scenario where their primary ad is a starting pitcher. That scares me,
I
man.
guess it kind of makes sense though. Like you trade one of the starters that you have and sign somebody
But I
else.
don't think you can afford to.
No.
Because if you trade, say you trade like a Bassett, but then you bring in Max Fried,
Hmm.
your Yariel would still be your five.
Yeah, it's not
And then
changing
after that,
anything.
you're hoping Ricky Tiedemann, Alec Manoa, and they come back and are fine.
I
Like
think the only thought process there is that you're adding to the rotation through free agency because there's rotation pieces available in free agency, but there's not really lineup pieces, so you can use the starters to trade for a lineup piece.
mm,
That would be my only thought process here. I don't know, man. I don't
it,
pretend to know what these guys are doing.
it's
These days are no different. Honestly, I know we have all this news, or not news, but like all
it's
these little
just like
tidbits here,
tidbits of stuff
and we could sit here and try and pull it out into like
to
an
blue in the
hour and a
face.
half long episode, but realistically, none of this really matters right now. There's
Yeah,
nothing going on in Blue Jays.
yeah. Now I feel like we should go to the main point
Mm,
because the point that I don't want you to look at
mm,
is funny.
okay.
So we're just gonna leave it there. So yeah, it was indicated in Jeff Passan's like his offseason primer, as everyone's been calling it.
Mm,
The Jays were strongly in on Soto, and they're meeting with him first. And according to some places, they've already met with him.
okay.
Like, And we
That's
have
good,
no
right?
indication of how that goes.
That's
So
good.
like,
The world went nuts, or like the Blue Jays world went nuts in terms of
yeah,
like the fan base, and like it's almost came off as though it was a bad thing,
it's like
which I
you
think
can
is insane.
the mindset of Blue Jays fans has
Mm,
now just been it can't hurt us if we don't believe. It
yeah,
can't hurt us if we don't believe.
but
It's
there were
not a thing.
legitimately people saying like, "Oh, don't do this." I'm like, "Get absolutely do this. Like,
Do
have the
this.
meeting, talk to him, see what his number is, try and throw a number at him. If you don't get it, you don't get it. Who fucking cares?"
Yeah. Like, I
Like,
mean,
he's the best player available. If you want to be good, go get the best player available.
yeah, yeah, it's a problem that we're one of the six teams that like he would realistically not okay, well, I'm gonna say realistically. The six teams that actually want to talk to him
Yeah.
and of the three or four that he realistically could go to.
Mhm.
Like, is that really a bad
Is
thing?
that a problem? Like I don't think that's a bad thing to have interest in Juan Soto. Like
Yeah,
I don't know. Everyone is so scarred from the Shohei Ohtani thing, and I guess everyone's hurt. And I understand being used as leverage sucks, but I'd rather be used as leverage than not have a conversation with the guy at all. At least you're in the mix. If you get him, you get him. If you don't, who cares? Move on, carry on with your life. But you gotta at least have the meeting.
right. Like it's
Do
one thing with the Shohei stuff
mm-hmm,
in so many ways is just an outlier beyond
mm-hmm,
outliers.
mm-hmm.
We're following planes for this motherfucker. I don't think we're
Yeah.
going to be following planes for Shohei
No.
Ohtani or for Juan Soto.
We don't even know if he had the meeting yet.
No,
Like
like we
we
know
don't
it's
have
this
any
week,
information on Juan Soto. So I don't know. I think
and
it's
that's
good. It's a
and
good thing to be trying to get good players.
exactly
If we
like
weren't
it's
trying to get good players, you'd be pounding the drum on the Fire Atkins train. And
right.
even more than already.
I feel like the way that Blue Jays fans talk, their dream off season would be like Tyler O'Neill
Mm-hmm.
and Tanner Scott,
Mm-hmm.
and then like Ryan Yarbrough.
Yeah,
Like
I don't.
that's the if you
They're
don't
like,
want to get
well,
hurt, that's your
that'll
dream
keep us
off
under
season.
25 million.
Yeah, that's your dream off season if you don't want to get hurt. Like
Yeah, I want to get hurt. I would rather be hurt by the Blue Jays front office than watch them sign a bunch of middling dudes and never go after anyone that matters. Like, yeah, it's great that we're in on Max Fried, and it's great that we're in on Juan Soto, and I don't even know who else is out there. But
yeah,
if there's
but
someone
freaking
else, great,
in that same passing article, he brings up, "Yo, could the Jays add Corbin Burns?" And I'm like, "Wait,
sure,
what?" I'm like, "What?"
fuck yeah, let's do it. Why not? I'm glad that these can be viable options for us. Remember back not that long ago when it was just like we weren't signing free agents.
No, when our big free
We
agent signing was.
stunk.
Remember, if you just go like, I think it was like 6 or 7 years ago,
Mm,
their biggest free agent signing for an offseason was Randall Grichuk.
yes. There was a year where like we brought in Shun Yamaguchi and that was a big deal.
Shun Yamaguchi. Oh
Like
man,
we're so far past that at this point. It's fantastic. I love it. I would
Shin
rather be hurt
Yamaguchi
that
and
way.
Travis Shaw. Don't forget Curtis Granderson.
I'd rather be hurt than feel nothing at all. I forget what line that's from.
Right. Because I do remember, were we in on JT Realmuto?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, just
Yeah.
come on. Like, we're doing things.
I love it. Let's just keep doing this. Let's just keep getting hurt. If people don't want to come here, they don't want to come here, but at least give it a try. Who
And
cares?
oh my God, but then there was also just like just like, John Heyman,
Mm-hmm.
fucking Jesus. He was just like, would say for a $700 million contract,
Mm-hmm.
that's 700 million American. John Heyman goes, I don't think Rogers would be willing to fork out $1 billion Canadian
Mm-hmm.
for Juan Soto. And I'm like, you clearly don't know how rich the Rogers family is.
No,
Like, you clearly don't know.
it's crazy.
Like, okay, you're gonna. All
Baseball
right,
money doesn't exist, man. Like I
it
don't.
doesn't. It's not a thing.
No,
But you
stupid.
know what is a thing,
Mm-hmm.
and I kind of wish Nate was here for it. God damn
Mm.
it, Nate. Was a piece of news about a certain free agent.
Okay.
So, more than 5 teams are interested in blank. Among
Mm.
these teams that have monitored him are the Yankees, the Mariners, and the Blue Jays. Would you take a quick guess at the player?
Are they good? I'm gonna say no, judging
They're
by the
okay. They're okay. They are an infielder. I'll give you that.
an infielder.
Yes.
Alex Bregman? He's
I,
okay.
you're wow. No, 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 come on.
Fuck, I don't know, man.
It's not.
Oh, is it Anthony Rizzo?
No,
Glaber Torres.
Brant.
I've got nothing.
Brant, you don't got to look hard, man.
I'm looking too hard.
Brant.
It's been a long day. Oh, it's fucking Yon Moncada. I did
Yohan
see this
Moncada.
too. I did hear that we may be interested.
The Jays may be interested in Yohan Moncada, which I think I tweeted this. There's maybe one person in the world that would be excited for Yohan Moncada on the Blue Jays, and you're listening to him currently, people.
I think it's fun. I mean, I wouldn't give him a lot of money,
No,
but I
dude,
give him a tryout.
give him like 3 million.
Yeah,
Like, come
just something
on,
you can bury if you have to.
dude.
Sure.
I would genuinely be the only person in the world. Hey, see, he walked
Mm,
so Jose Iglesias OMG could run.
mm,
Okay,
yeah.
because that man had a
Well, Jose
song.
Reyes walked first.
Oh,
But
that's crazy. That's
yeah,
crazy.
I don't mind it. I think it's an interesting move if it happens.
Like
It's
it's
cool.
switch hitter. He's
Sure, why not? Try it out.
28. How old is he? Hold up,
Fuck it.
gotta Google
Fuck
this.
it.
Yohan
Um,
Makata is 29.
it's
Like
fine. Try it out. Why not?
in in what was it, 11 games, 12 games last year?
Yes.
12 games. He had a 756
Hey,
OPS.
there you go. And he plays good defense.
Yeah.
The one target we're definitely not getting. We talked about previously about Travis Darno. I don't know if we actually talked about it on the podcast, but we definitely talked about it on
Yeah,
in our
because
group chat.
we did think about it.
He will be going to the Angels.
Because why?
Why? I don't know.
Because the
Because the Angels.
Angels. The fact that that's just like
I just this team is ridiculous. I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense. Do they not have what's his name? The young kid?
oh hoppy.
Yep.
They have oh hoppy.
Fantastic. What a great deal.
Like
Good
the
job.
yeah, and they all don't
Fucking
forget they
amazing.
also traded for a DH when they were
Yep.
trying to keep Mike Trout
Yep.
healthy
Yeah, it's good.
and said, "No, Mike, you're
Good.
sticking in
Good.
center for the rest of your career,
Good. Love the
the
Angels.
rest of your injury
Fucking
riddled career." They also
fantastic.
signed Kevin Newman
Mm.
because yeah, for
Mm.
why are all the moves
I
with
don't know,
Angels?
man.
I
They're
hate it.
because nothing matters right now. So the Angels are all over it.
I don't like it, man. The
The one
Angels are
thing I
doing too much.
we did skip, well, we didn't put it into the Jays section. Vladimir Guerrero, second time he's won a Silver Slugger.
Yeah, just because it was like I didn't feel like putting it in that.
No, I mean it was a given. I feel like we already
Yeah,
talked about it
compared
last week.
to Mount, I think it was no, was it Naylor and Santana, I believe, or
Mm-hmm.
Mountcastle and Santana?
Mm-hmm.
Like
I I was more worked up about the fact that Cal Raleigh won a platinum glove
platinum over anybody. You
over
didn't even have to say Dalton
anybody,
Varsho.
but
You didn't even have to say Dalton Varsho.
specifically over Dalton Varsho, but just generally that he won it.
Like even
Um,
Andres Jimenez could have got it. Like
Crazy. I don't really get it, but I was more worked up about that than I was worrying about the Vladimir Guerrero Jr. given Silver
given.
Slugger. Like it was gonna happen. He's the best first baseman in the league this year.
Yeah. And then we can also I don't want to Jesus, we're speeding through this shit.
I didn't think this one was gonna be very long. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Podcast will be like 30 minutes on a good day.
Yeah,
Well, do you have a before we do we have our segment still?
I don't have one. I was just about to look it up, but
Yeah, okay. Well, while you're doing that, we could just quickly talk about the award finalists.
Mhm.
Uh, so like between let's see, the AL Rookie of the Year, the Colton Cowser, Luis Hill, and Austin Wells.
Mhm.
I have no idea who's gonna get that.
It's that one that's got to be the worst rookie of the year race we've ever had, right?
Yeah,
So
as
bad.
compared to the NL,
Yeah,
Chorio, Skeens,
yeah.
Merrill.
I wish you could give both awards to the NL guys because the AL one stinks.
Yeah. So
I don't know. I think maybe Cowser. Mm, I can't see
yeah,
it being Wells.
because Heel was like one of the best pitchers in the league for the first half, and then he just fell off a
Yeah,
cliff in the second half.
it might be Heel. I don't
Like,
know, man.
it,
I don't know.
and then let's go manager of the year.
Oh
Now
God.
I can't believe I'm saying this. AL manager of the year is actually kind of tough.
Who is it? It's
Even vote
mm-hmm.
Matt Cotrero from the
Mm,
Royals
mm.
and AJ Hinch.
I think it's got to be Stephen Vogt, personally.
I think I'm going Cotrero
Okay.
because the Royals were like a 50-win team last year.
Yeah, I mean the step up was huge, but the fact that Vogt took like the Guardians were not meant to be good this year.
They were meant to be like decent,
Yeah,
but
and
not
they won the division.
not second best
I
record in
think
the
that's
AL
I
good.
think it's gonna go to Quatraro or Vogt. I think that's the two. I don't think Hinch really has.
Hinch just kind of gets there because they made the magical playoff run.
Yeah, I
Like,
think it's between the other two. Like the Tigers have been they're supposed to be good for the last couple of years, and they just haven't been able to figure it out. Now it's a little different.
yeah.
So I don't know.
Uh,
We'll see.
Cy Youngs.
Hmm?
We got this is just funny. We got
Mhm.
Tarek Skubal, Seth Lugo, and Emmanuel Clase.
It's a regular season award, and I could, if I really wanted to sit here and put up an argument for it, you could probably put up an argument that Class A at least deserves a look.
But if it's not Skubal, what are we doing?
Yeah,
Like
it's
if it's
Scuba's award, and I
yeah.
think Class A should be second. I was listening to the walk off, and they were talking about it, and they were like a little surprised that he got it. Class A was disgusting. Like
Oh, he was
head over heels,
insane.
the best reliever in baseball by a long shot.
Yeah.
He's got like a .61 ERA.
Mm-hmm. He is also the first Cy Young finalist reliever since you know
Yeah, Eric Gagne.
it was
Oh, just finalist?
K Rod
K Rod.
2008.
Okay.
So God damn,
Gagne was the last one to win it, right?
I believe yes. And then on
Yeah.
The NL side is actually kind of tough, but I do think
Sale.
one person will get it. Sale, Skeens, and Wheeler.
Skeen's got in there.
Skeens
I
is a
didn't
Cy Young
even see the
finalist.
NL side. Huh. Good for him.
I think I'd just like to point out that of all of the award picks that we did at the beginning of the year,
Mm-hmm.
I'm the closest on a couple of these
Really? I'm
because
far away from a lot of them.
because you had you had all Blue Jays.
Was Davis Schneider a Rookie of the Year finalist? No. Was Yusei Kikuchi a Cy Young finalist?
No,
No.
I had Zach Wheeler winning the Cy Young, so I was
Ooh, he's not going to win it, but
no,
at least he's in it.
that three. We're fine. We're good. Um, and then we go to MVPs, which I hate how obvious they both are, but the finalists were Aaron Judge, Juan Soto, and Bobby Witt.
Mm-hmm.
I hate that Aaron Judge.
Hilarious that Gunnar Henderson had like a 9-something WAR or an 8-9 WAR or something like that, and isn't even in the top three finals.
Not even in the top
That's
three.
fucked, man.
And then the MVP in the NL is Shohei Ohtani, Francisco Lindor, and Ketel Marte.
Mm.
That's wild.
It's it's just the two runner-ups in Shohei.
Yeah.
Who was the second one? Sorry, I missed. It was Lindor.
Yeah.
It's a two-man race,
and
it was also just like a here. Ketel's a cool story. I have that one too.
1.5 man race. Let's be honest with ourselves.
Yeah, it's not even a race.
It sucks.
That's cool.
Here's your no shit news. Roki Sasaki is officially posted, or he's officially going to be posted.
Mm-hmm.
Now apparently the Dodgers aren't a lock to get him.
Yeah, I saw that. The one dude that tweeted it that reports on them or whatever was talking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, also, right.
Yeah. One of the things that Roki wants is a team that has a track record of player development, so not the Blue Jays.
No, we're doomed.
But
I thought that was funny. He's like, oh, he's going to be looking for a place that has player development for their pitchers. What the fuck are the Dodgers, man?
And also, it was also like he wants to be comfortable, and I'm just like Los Angeles, Los Angeles. With
what are your options here? You want a pitching factory? There's either the Dodgers or the Rays. You're not going to go to fucking Tampa. They don't even have a stadium this year. Like, let's not kid ourselves.
Like,
you're either going to go play in a spring training complex in Tampa that I don't even know where it's New York's spring training complex.
George Steinbrenner Field is going to be fucking play.
So that's going to be your home, or you're going to go to the Dodgers, play for the best team in the majors who just won the World Series with their fucking pitching factory,
and hang out with two dudes that you won the WBC with,
two Japanese legends. Like, what are we doing here?
Right.
Let's not pretend like he's going to go anywhere else. It's disservice to everyone to try and throw rumors out like anybody else is going to have a chance.
It sucks.
It sucks. It's the worst, but it's what's going to happen.
But yeah, as we quickly mentioned, the Trop could easily be fixed for. Well, I'm not gonna say easily. Can be fixed for $55 million and be ready to use in 2026. But St. Petersburg must decide if it will pay for the repair or continue planning to open a new ballpark in 2028.
So they're just gonna play 4 years in
in George
Steinbrenner Field.
Steinbrenner Field.
You gotta think they would move to like Montreal next year
They can't. Yeah, they
because
dude.
Montreal's rebuilt by next year, right? That's the thing.
As far as I'm aware, but yeah, Tampa. It's like Tampa will be playing in George Steinbrenner Field, as we keep saying, and
That's
the highest member of the Tampa Bay Rays payroll next year will be the New York Yankees.
oh, that's so bad.
Because apparently the Yankees stand to gain an additional 15 million from the from letting the Rays play there,
Oh my
and
God.
the highest paid Ray is a tie between Brandon Lau and Jeffrey Springs at 10.5 next
Mm,
year. It's basically $5 million.
hurts so much.
33%. The Yankees will make
You're
33%.
paying the New York Yankees $5 million more than anybody in your lineup,
Yeah.
than the highest paid player in your lineup.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Fucking stupid.
That's what the Tampa Bay Rays think of you.
Yeah. And funny we say this. Speaking of the Tampa Bay Rays,
Mm,
uh according to Passon, they will be listening, they'll be open to listening to offers on Yandy Diaz and Brandon Lau. Um
okay. So
hi
they're getting rid of the $10 million guys. Fuck yeah.
hi Blue Jays. Do you want to take a quick look at Brandon Lau?
Sure.
Like,
Throw that guy in a couple spots. Why not?
yeah, seriously, man.
What is it? What do we have to lose?
I'd love to
Give
get
him
some.
some random pitching prospect that's going to win the Cy Young in 3 years.
Yeah,
I don't care.
man.
They'll find a way.
Freaking. And last thing, Alec Boehm is
Hmm?
on the block apparently, because the Phillies want to quote unquote
So
shake.
is Castellanos and somebody else, I
They say
read.
they would feel like they'd listen on like Castellanos and that, and like I think it was Schwarber maybe
Who was
even.
the, was it Schwartz?
Maybe. Let me
There was a third name on that list, and I was more shocked by Castellanos and Bohm, but they're really they took this loss hard.
seriously.
I didn't
Like,
think it was that bad, but
they just lost to the hottest team in baseball.
yeah.
Like, it's
Like you ran into the team of destiny that didn't end up being the team of destiny, but it is what it is, man. Like you don't get to blow it up. I think they're still a good team, and I think they still have a decent future. I can see things like Schwarber. I guess Castellanos is a little on the older side, so you want to try and retool a little bit. But Bohm
like,
doesn't make a ton of sense.
yeah.
Wasn't
Yeah,
was Bohm really
it
good
was
or really bad in the playoffs? I know he was one of them.
he was not great in the playoffs. He got
Okay,
benched in the playoffs, I
okay,
remember.
never
He's
mind.
an all-star this year.
Hmm.
Like, oh, so the third name was Braden Marsh.
Okay, that's what I thought for a second, but didn't want to
Like,
say it.
but yeah, it was Castellanos, Bohm, and Marsh.
Crazy.
Which, like, why?
Uh,
Like,
it doesn't make a ton of sense to me, but
not at all.
they're kind of they've been doing this though. Like they traded Soto,
Yeah,
Gregory Soto. After acquiring him the year before, they traded guy that
it
went to
was
Baltimore,
it was Vierling, Maton. Oh, you're talking about Sir Anthony Dominguez?
Sir Anthony. He was like
Yeah,
one of their premier relievers, and they just traded him too. Like
yeah.
they're doing these
They
weird
traded
little.
2/3 of their World Series like trio that
Mm-hmm.
got of relievers that got them
Mm-hmm.
there.
Yeah, it's
Like,
crazy. It's like they're
and
doing this kind of stuff to retool, which is weird, but hey, all the power to them.
yeah, I mean they're the kings of retooling.
Oh yeah.
Bryce Harper's a first baseman now,
Yep.
and he won a Silver Slugger at
Yeah,
first
they're
base.
moving guys around just to figure that out.
Like,
Um, the MLB hit by pitch king, Zach Noto,
yeah,
undergoing
Mister
shoulder surgery.
Super High Leg Kick. If, yeah, he'll be out to start the season. Maybe that's why the Angels are going so ham. You never know.
Yeah, they're worried about their loss of Zach Neto, so they're picking up. Who'd they just get? Oh, a
Kevin
catcher.
Newman
Oh, and
and,
Kevin Newman.
and Darno. Yeah,
Hmm,
man.
crazy. I found a guy.
Okay, but we have two. I got two quick other things.
Okay.
I think I sent you this in the group chat.
Hmm.
Shout out Fanatics, because fans of the Dodgers were getting their
Oh
World Series
no.
T-shirts, and the one with all the signatures on the back. And they noticed some things that were a little bit off with some of the signatures. Namely, they were the Texas Rangers signatures. Last year's World Series champions, a shirt that I have.
I want
Like,
one now. Like I kind
it's
of
such
want one of those
that's a
shirts.
that like it sucks, but that's such a collector's item.
Yeah.
Like, it's yeah. Shout out Dodgers legend Ezekiel Duran.
I,
Like
I'm the whole list of guys. I'm trying to get to it.
it's
Um,
yeah, it's Durant. The ones that actually have like they're just names written
there's
out. Durant.
ones that look like, back in, did you do cursive writing in elementary school?
Unfortunately, I hated
Okay,
it.
good. Back in elementary school, when you do cursive writing and you write your name,
The fact that you asked me that and we're like not that far
well,
apart in
I
age.
know it was just after me that they got rid of it, so I wasn't sure how long after
Brant, how old do you think I am?
or enough of a gap. I thought it was like 2 years after me, but I either way. Um, it's like when you first start writing cursive and you write your names, there's like four names on here that look like that. So either these idiots don't know how to do a signature
Yeah,
or they just don't have the rights to their signature and then they just threw cursive. Like it's the same font.
it's Aroldis Chapman, Ezekiel Duran, John Gray, and Austin Hedges.
Austin Hedges and Aroldis Chapman look like the exact same font.
Person, yeah, they look like the exact same person wrote it.
The A is literally exactly the same.
It really is. Oh my god!
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Also a lowercase c in Chapman. You love that.
I didn't even notice that. That's ridiculous.
That's
I'm,
absolutely
I'm also
crazy,
just kind
man.
of trying to read any of these other signatures, like that are actual signatures, and I'm just like, I
I
don't
couldn't
know
tell
who.
you. One kind of looks like Bryce Harper a little bit.
You know what? The one in the very bottom of the right side, I think, is Cody Bradford.
Okay, sure,
That's all I'm getting.
sure.
Um,
Who's number 54? That's the only one with a number on it.
54. Was that might be 54?
I don't know any of these. This is
No,
nuts.
I don't either. Like this.
There's a CJ. Is there a CJ? Was there a CJ on the Rangers?
See, 2020. Let's see. Roster. I wish I had the sheet on me right now, so I could like just get the names because there's the names and the signatures.
Oh.
Series roster. Here we are. Da, 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 mm, mm, mm. See, if it's like a very obvious name, there's I'm not seeing a CJ
Huh.
anywhere. Um,
I don't know who that is then.
like maybe the one
Just
above
crazy.
the Cody Bradford one might be Evan Carter.
Okay.
Like just because I'm looking at some of these the roster people now, and I'm like, these could make
It's
sense.
ugly. Either way, bottom
Yeah.
line,
Yeah, not good.
craziest thing I've seen in a while from this.
Also, one thing according to Ben Nicholson Smith,
Hmm.
as soon as free agency started, the Jays talked to starting pitcher Luis Severino. Apparently,
Okay.
he had a small thing. He has a qualifying offer on him, which kind of sucks. So
Mm,
you have to give up a draft pick
that
if
is
you want to
tough.
get him. But
But that's not terrible. I mean, he was really good this year.
yeah,
He was terrible last year, but he was really
yeah.
good this year.
We'll see. He grew out his beard.
Yeah. That's the key. Usually
Yeah,
Yankees leave, grow out their beard, and they brings them magical
which
powers.
is exactly why Glaber Torres
IKF.
was exactly, which is why Glaber Torres is going to be an All Star next year. Like,
You're right. Maybe the Glaber Torres thing is a good idea. Maybe we bring. No, Rizzo never had a beard though. I was gonna say Rizzo, but
yeah, Rizzo never had a
he's a
beard.
baby face. He just doesn't have it.
Rizzo had like I think he grew out his hair a bit, but like that's about it.
Somebody should go get that loser in left field. I forget his name.
Alex Verdugo.
Thank you.
Yeah, maybe him and
Because he'll
Alec
grow
Manoah
his
should be
beard back.
teammates.
No, I don't want him. Unless somebody wants to trade for Manoa too. That'd be great.
Hmm.
Uh, you got any more little bits of information on your phone?
I'm literally just scrolling on Twitter to see if I'm just like
All right. Well, while you're scrolling, if you find anything else, I found a dude, might be my favorite dude of all time.
who is
Let me
who
take you
this is
back.
before you start,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the ever long and new running segment. Who he be?
Who he be?
Who he be?
Um, Now this is not. I looked up the all time innings pitched leaders for a single season. This is not the leader. I would like to point that out. The leader has 680. My boy in 1884, Old Hoss Radburn, Hall of Famer.
What a
Old
name!
Hoss Radburn. No idea what his actual name is, but that is what he's listed as on Baseball Reference. Full name. Oh, there it is. Charles Gardner Radburn. Not nearly as fun. So his name is Old Hoss Radburn. Triple Crown winner in 1884. 1884, he played for the PRO. Can you tell me what PRO stands for?
Pro.
Mm-hmm.
Um, is it Pittsburgh?
No, it's
Portland.
not. No, it's not.
Providence.
It is Providence.
Okay.
The Providence Grays. He went on to lead the league.
Wait.
I'm waiting.
Yeah, I can't see my Negro League jersey, but I feel like no, I'm dumb. It was the Homestead Grays that were in the Negro League. I was like,
Okay.
wait, this mother.
Um, no, it's definitely the majors because it says NL here. So he led the league in wins, win-loss percentage, ERA, games started, complete games, innings pitched, strikeouts, batters faced, obviously, ERA plus, and that was it. Didn't lead the league in WHIP, but he had a .92. The reason I'm bringing up my boy Old Haas, my boy
Hoss.
Old Haas pitched in 75 games this year in 1884. In 1884, there was only 112 games over the course of a major league
I'm sorry.
season.
Can you just how many did he start again?
75. Actually, sorry. He pitched in 75. He started 73 and
Oh,
had
oh,
73 complete games.
oh my god.
He pitched 678 and two-thirds innings.
Next, you're gonna tell me his win loss was like 40 and 35 or
His
something.
win-loss was 60 and 12. 60
Okay, old
games this guy
Hoss.
won. This was the year he won the Triple Crown. He had a 138 ERA. Not only that, that's not even the most amount of games he's pitched in his career. The year before, he pitched in 76.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Like,
I love old people stats. These are the
I'm
best ones
sorry,
by
but
far.
like, you got if there's gonna be a day where we just somehow find out that these guys were actually just humming 100 like the whole time.
There was also not one season. There's like a couple of seasons maybe where he had less complete games than most pitchers have starts this year. The lowest amount of complete games he ever threw was 23, and then 24, 28. And then after that, it goes 34, 36,
Okay.
and then it's all 49 plus.
God damn, man. What
His
what why?
162 game average was 32 complete games on 33 games started. This motherfucker was not getting pulled ever. He
No,
just threw the
clearly.
ball forever. I love it.
Clearly,
I love
man.
it.
What are we
Shout out to Old Haas, Hall of Famer.
old Hoss Radburn?
Old Haas Radburn. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame as a player in 1939. What's crazy, I don't know if it was the right. Do you know what year the writers were inducting people in the Hall of Fame?
I have no idea.
No.
I have no clue.
So he got voted in by the Old Timers Committee. So I don't know if there was a writers committee that was already doing it and he missed the first time. But this motherfucker pitched a complete game almost every night and barely made it into the Hall of Fame. That's wild.
That's I want to say disrespectful.
Insane. Yeah.
Like
678 innings and 678 and two-thirds. He gave up 528 hits. Guess how many walks?
in how many innings are there?
678 and two-thirds.
I'm gonna say like 95.
You're so close. 98.
Oh my god.
Guy kept it to under 100 walks in almost 700 innings pitched.
That's kind of insane.
My
Like
boy, Old Haas. Crazy. Old Haas.
old Hoss Radburn.
Somebody got to come up and be the young Haas. What? It says it says there's a Twitter.
Oh,
I
there's not
can't
an old
imagine.
Hoss Radburn Twitter.
It's
Don't do this.
Twitter is at Old Haas Radburn. I can't imagine that's very active. He died in 1897. So the ghost of Old Haas
The
Radburn.
ghost
There
of
he
old
is.
Hoss Radburn. There's
Crazy,
there's
right?
there's old Hoss Rads and the ghost of old Hoss Radburn.
Pretty crazy. He hasn't tweeted since December 16th of last year. Pretty cool.
Oh
So yeah,
man.
that's our
That's who he be.
that's who he be.
That is who he be.
Shout out to Old Haas. My favorite name of this so far. We haven't had one that well.
Well, yeah, because we had what was the 2 weeks ago was Mark Fidrich.
Yeah.
And then last week it was
We had Huey Jennings in the mix too.
we had Huey Jennings.
Who was last? I can't
Did
even
you?
remember the guy's
I
name last week.
feel like we need to write this down.
Mark something? Bill something? The leader, the all-time leader in stolen bases in single season. Single
I was gonna
season
say single season.
stolen base record. It is Hugh Nickel.
Hugh Nickel. You know, I'm gonna actually write some of these down.
You
So we
should
got
probably write all these down.
yeah, yes. I'm you know what? I'm gonna leave Mark Fidrich and Huey Jennings because I feel like they're just gonna be
They're
evergreen.
they're locked in my Fidgets. You might
Yeah,
need to write down. I keep forgetting his name, but Huey Jennings I've got on lock.
Mark. I'm just gonna terribly butcher the spelling of Fidrich. And then old Hoss Radburn. Why is it?
So I googled it, and you know how Google now has this AI overview thing.
Yeah.
So it gives this whole thing on Hugh Nickel, and it goes, here are some other notable single season stolen base leaders. Hugh Brock or Lou Brock. Sorry, I'm so locked in on Hugh. Lou
Huey
Brock,
Brock.
118 stolen bases in 1974. Vince Coleman, 107 stolen bases in 1986. Maury Wills, 104 stolen bases in 1962. Cool. The next name on that list, Shohei Ohtani, 59 stolen bases in 2024. Which is interesting because the next name on that list is Ellie De La Cruz with 67 stolen bases in 2024.
Ellie had the quietest 67 stolen base season in history.
I think you're missing this here though, because it's a list of single season stolen base leaders. Somehow Shohei made the list with less than Ellie De La Cruz.
I mean 50 because he had the 50 home runs. That's why. That's why it's notable.
But that's not what the list said.
Okay.
We're just shoehorning this guy into
It says
everything
here's some
now.
other notable stolen base seasons.
Single season stolen base leaders. Leaders. That's the very key word to this. He did not lead.
Hold on. Let me see.
He was
I typed in
second.
record. Oh, of course the A I think is up right now.
That's insane.
Yeah, that is kind of
It's not even like a meaningful number.
no
59 gets great for
no
now.
because at least like Acuna has 73.
Yeah,
Like,
he's the next one on the list after Ellie De La Cruz.
And then Kenny Lofton in 1996 with 75. Yeah. Like, man,
I'm giving it a thumbs down.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah. We got anything else? Did you find anything while I was rambling about my boy Old Hoss? Old Hoss.
Old Hoss Radburn.
Shout out Old
Hoss Radburn. Dude,
crazy, right?
Some of these names.
Awesome. I love it. We're gonna find some wicked names at some point here. All right.
You know,
I'm
just gonna Google the most.
Mm-hmm.
I just Googled. We're obviously not going to go into these, but these are just eventually some names that could come up.
Okay.
So here's some of the top 20 funny, some part of, not all, 20 funniest names in MLB history.
Okay.
There's Urban Shocker. John. I don't know if I should say this. Johnny Dickshot.
Nice.
That's a great name.
Great baseball name.
I probably can't say that. There's Jack Glasscock.
Nice.
Yep. John Malarkey.
Mm-hmm.
That's a Garrett Cole if I've ever seen it. Stubby Clap. Stubby Clap is just funny. Like, Boof Bosner.
Boof.
I mean, okay, well, Trey McNutt.
Wasn't that recently?
Yeah. Like, we got obviously the Cocoa Crisp is like just funny.
Yeah. Not as good as the other one. It's no Old Hoss.
Pete Lecoq is a great one. Razor Shines. That's a sick name, actually.
That's pretty cool.
Old Oil Can Boyd.
Good old Oil Can.
I feel like we gotta do. I'm gonna look up Oil Can Boyd, and I feel like he could be a who he be.
I feel like that might be the next
Oil Can.
Well,
depending.
Did he ever do anything, or did he just have a cool name?
Maybe.
His name is Dennis.
Don't why'd you ruin it? Don't ruin Oil Can Boyd.
His name is Dennis. He's not a Hall of Famer. He had a 4.04 ERA in his career.
Oh, lovely.
Never led the league in anything other than hits given up.
Okay, well that was our quick. That was our extra who he be on Oil Can Boyd.
He don't care who he be. He be done. He be useless. Cool name though.
Asterisk Oil Can Boyd.
Thank you for
Yeah,
listening. If you've made it this far, I hope you're enjoying our who he be.
who he bees and one of these days we got to do a who he play for as well. I will name just the most random MLB player, and it will be up to you and
I
Nate to
can
figure out
give you the fucking
what team he plays
acronyms of
for.
half these teams, and I don't think you could get half of it.
No, literally, I would just say a player's name. Like for example,
My
I'd be like
man, what old Haas played for BSN. Can you tell me what that is?
PSN,
B is in Brant.
by State Nichols or something. I don't know.
Nope. It's Boston. It's not the Red Sox.
It's not BOS.
No,
Okay.
it's Boston.
All right.
That's it. There's no second name to that.
All right.
He just played for Boston. But
Okay.
crazy, 1890, they decided to change to be the Boston Reds.
Not Red Sox.
Nope, the
Reds.
Reds. And then he went to the Cincinnati Reds. So I don't know how that all went down. But that's the history lesson for today. Thank you for listening if you made it this far. We will catch you next week.
Yep.
Maybe we'll have three.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
If Nate's voice doesn't
Yeah.
shoot
Tough
out on
bounce.
him again.
Tough bounce. Cheers.
Cheers.